NFL. Who do you guys think is impacted most by the Russell Wilson and the Aaron Rodgers moves that rocked our worlds yesterday, LaShawn?
I have to say for the Denver Broncos, their offensive weapons, right? I'm going to go with Russell Wilson got that news and it broke out. Jerry Jeudy, he's a player that he loved it. I see he tweeted he was upset when Aaron got signed.
Yeah, right.
But then, soon after,
it was funny.
He was so excited that, we got Russell Wilson.
It's been fun to be a Broncos
And now we get to see how good he really is. I think this kid is so good. When I watched him in college, he had so much game to his tape. Like, his tape was going up and down. He was going up the field, across the field. And now you get to see how good he really is. Cortland Sutton, I think another guy that's a big play receiver. He gets a lot of 50-50 balls, but he can make plays. And now you have a quarterback that gets you the ball and makes a big difference. Tim Patrick, another guy that people forget about.
You like these dudes?
Yeah, I watched when he played against the Cowboys. He was balling.
He was.
Now you get him a real quarterback, and then the running game. The angry run.
Talk about it.
Right? Javon Williams, right?
Javonte.
I'm sorry, Javonte Williams. We get him in there. He's a great player. North Carolina running back. Runs with attitude, runs with anger. I think you get him in there, get him with a quarterback. So now when you're doing the run, stretch, play actions, the defense, they can go for that, right? And they'll get hit over top. Now they're thinking about that. You hit him over top for 50 yards. Now I got the open running lanes. Give you some opportunities to run the ball, open lanes, get a lot of yards, and hopefully they bring back the veteran, Melvin Gordon. I'm a big fan of his game. Just the Chargers. And I think you get them two together, him and Williams and Melvin, they can make some noise. So I think that really impacted their offensive weapons.
We were talking earlier about, you were on the list of what the Broncos gave up to get Russell Wilson, and it's kind of like, who cares? Just give up everything. But then the stuff that they kept, like, there's some nice pieces that are. I don't think, like, the cupboard is bare and they just emptied everything. Like, there are playmakers there, and they're going to be cooking. But I'm looking at the Packers.
Cooking.
The Packers, and I just want to say, like, good morning football to the people of Eagan, Minnesota, and there, Allen Park, Michigan, and Lake Forest, Illinois, who are. This guy's back! The Bears, the Vikings, and the Lions. He was gone. He was dead. And I saw a tweet yesterday that's like, Rodgers saw his shadow. 4 more years of Aaron Rodgers in the NFC North.
Funny.
Who is the owner of the Bears, his personal ownership certainly, and the Vikings. This was over. It was ending, and every Broncos rumor. Detroit, everyone. He's gone. He's finally gone. Here's the raw facts. If Aaron Rodgers plays out this entire career of the next 4 years, then the Vikings, Packers, and Bears will have played against 34 straight years of Hall of Fame quarterback play from the Packers. Oh, wow. 34 as a basis of comparison. The Niners with Montana and Young, they put together 15 seasons.
You think they'd be the same?
It's double and then plus some. So it's this. It's 34 years of this. There are people who are having families who graduated from college 10 years ago who have no memory whatsoever still of the Packers not having a Hall of Fame quarterback. And this was the end. It was over. It was the last dance. Enjoy it. He screwed you one more time. This is the last time he's ever going to be in Soldier Field. He was wearing the green home uniforms because he was at home for that game.
You're a jerk, Rodgers. I'm so mad about this.
Here we go. It's back for one more year. Nay. For 4.
Think about the last dance.
Think about nothing, Peter. What?
Dance post that they did, all that stuff last year. They're back. Like, what are we doing?
It's as if, like, the Atlanta Hawks and Cleveland Cavs back in the 90s be like, Scotty and Mike are back again? Get out of here. Tim Floyd is coaching them. No, I just think those other teams in the NFC North, they had their Andy Dufresne, I crawled through 5 miles of you-know-what, and I'm free. No. You're back in the cell. You're back in the hole.
You're back in the holes.
Bugs.
I think the NFC... Jesus Christ.
God bless them, man. God bless them.
The NFC's impacted most, but you know what I'm going to miss? I'm impacted too, and so are you, because those epic Seahawks-Packers games over the years have been so good, and I think we just need to can we have a minute for those?
1 minute.
Can we have a moment? Just a couple. Look at these. The uncorkings, the Jordy of it all, the missed the potential of Rodgers versus Russ in high-stakes games. What a rivalry. These games are always epic through the years. Rodgers is 5-4 versus Wilson in his career, including 2 playoff games. Fail Mary, guys. We know all this. Russ dealt Rodgers maybe the most crushing loss of his career. I'm talking 2014 NFC Championship game. We know how this went for them, and Rodgers has not been able to get back. So outside of this being over, which kind of hit me hard yesterday just because I really have enjoyed these games. I really have those epic games always. I think that, the NFC, Schrager, talk to me about this before you get going on your level and layer to this. A thorn in your side removed for Rodgers. Rodgers is most impacted because he has the easiest little cute little path right to the Super Bowl where he belongs as long as they get this Adam Steele taken care of.
Right, Brady's gone.
The NFC.
Brady's gone.
Right? Like,
No Breeze.
no Breeze.
Yeah, no Breeze. Wow.
What about
Walk in
Rodgers
the park.
versus Russ in Arizona next year?
Could be a Super Bowl.
That's the one.
I would love to see
Silver
it.
lining would be they finally meet and they meet in the soup. Oh man, that'd be great.
all the marbles.
What do you got?
Right, in his division, like it was Stafford forever. He's gone now. He plays him once every so often, and then now Russell's got.
Who's the legitimate contender? It's the Rams. The Rams with Stafford,
Rams and Packers
that's the
right
NFC.
now are the teams.
Unless something else insane happens, and it might.
Which could. It could. I think for the last 12 months, we haven't talked much about Deshaun Watson because he's been sort of this object over here where he's figuring out his legal stuff. All that's coming to a head, and that's coming to a head on Friday where a grand jury will see his case and we will know criminal charges are going to be levied against him in that case with the 22 accusations of sexual misconduct. 8 women who filed criminal complaints were subpoenaed to appear before a grand jury, and at the same time, that same day on Friday, while that's all going down, Watson will be disposed for civil lawsuits that were filed against him last spring with a total of 22 women, all represented by the same lawyer, Tony Busby. So that's all on Friday. I say all this because for 12 months it's been Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. Who's going to get Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers? And in a matter of 2 hours, those pieces were set in place. The third domino to fall is what happens to Deshaun Watson's career.
Right.
And I look at teams around the league and say, okay, if there are no criminal charges on Friday, which one of these teams is going to take on the fact that he might be suspended by the league for a year still? It might be a public relations nightmare. It might be something you can't sit with and savor, and yet he is such a talented quarterback. Did the Seattle Seahawks trade Russell Wilson to maybe parlay that into Deshaun Watson? Are the Philadelphia Eagles sitting on 3 first-round picks and waiting on this to go get Deshaun Watson?
Come on, Birds.
Are the Indianapolis Colts?
Yeah,
Are the Tennessee Titans? Are the Carolina Panthers sitting there and just watching as they've got Cam Newton and Sam Darnold at quarterback saying, Deshaun Watson is the guy for next year? I am fascinated. And now that Rodgers and Wilson are off the table, it might not be a pleasant topic to talk about on the show.
It's on the docket. It's here.
But it's time. Like, this is it. Deshaun Watson is still under the age of 30.
He's still
and is
really
viewed
good.
as one of the best quarterbacks.
Right.
Which team has the stomach for it? And if he isn't filed with these criminal charges, who's going to be able to handle 22 civil cases and also all of the negative publicity and all maybe the negative stuff that you got to sleep with at night in your gut knowing you're paying him all that money and you traded all those picks for a guy that has this going on? I'm fascinated because the talent is off the charts. And Deshaun Watson can still play football, and he will, I think, again in this league.
At GMFB, who has the stomach for it? It's a great way to put it, Triggs. Excellent point.